Welcome in this session of Fundamentals of Machine Learning. Now, I have been uploading videos after really a long time due to some time constraints. As the title is clear that we will be learning about some of the most important libraries in Python, which we will be using in order to create some models in Python for our AI and machine learning purposes, also for deep learning purposes. So what do you understand by library is that, it's a collection of a huge amount of books, right? In the normal meaning. But that is what we understand as a library. It's a collection of books. And so in the programming domain, the library is the same thing. It's a set of a predefined codes which we will using in order to create some of the models in machine learning. So library is actually helpful, and it's actually a piece of a predefined codes, then that is what we call as a library. So it's, you can say it as a framework which will particularly make our work easier. Now, to be really specific, we will be dealing with the five most important libraries in Python, which is termed as NumPy, which is NumPy and SciPy. So these both are the libraries used for numerical computation. Matplotlib, now this is basically for graphics visualization, or you can say it as a data visualization machine library. You can say that. Seaborn is the same thing. Now, the Seaborn is an updated version of Matplotlib, whereas SciPy is an updated version of NumPy. So it's for mathematical computing. Now the last thing is Pandas. So Pandas is for visualizing data. So what sort of every sort of data you have, you can either clean it, filter it, and even you can import data onto your Python notebook using Pandas. So these are some of the frameworks or libraries which we'll be looking on in this particular session. Now I have opened my Python notebook in Google Collaboratory. Now in this session, we'll be looking on only for NumPy. So what do we understand by NumPy is that it's a library used for scientific computing or mathematical purposes in Python. Now it basically works on with arrays, right? So what do we understand by arrays is that arrays are like data structures like lists. Now they can be a number of objects that can be of different data types. Now lists is simply a single variable where you can store a lot of data or the items, you can say that. Now we will be understanding the NumPy library. How does it work? So you just need to understand that it works all for mathematical and scientific computing. So we will be creating a array firstly. How do we create an array using NumPy? Now you create a variable like this and then again call np. So you will get a dimensional array, print a. Get your single dimensional array, you can see there. Now what if we want to create a two-dimensional array? For that you can write like this. Four, 5, and 6. So this will create a two-dimensional array. There are various sorts of operations we can do using NumPy. So we will be looking onto them. NumPy operations. What sort of operations can we perform in our arrays or matrix? You can say that. Firstly, we will be finding the dimension of array, right? So for that, we will be again importing the NumPy. Let me create a two-dimensional array. So it's actually a two-dimensional array. Now, what if I want to find the dimension? What sort of dimension is this? So we know that what if I want to find the byte size of each elements of an array? For that, you need to type in as a dot item size, which will further return, which will further return on the byte size of each elements, right? So there you go. So 8. So there you go. 8-bit is the byte size of each elements in this particular matrix. Two-dimensional array is called as matrix, right? That is what you need to understand. Now, what if we want to know the data type? So for data type, what sort of data is it? So there you go, D type. It will return the data type. So it is an integer, right? But what if I write a 1.5 2.5, 3.6 maybe. And an integer to me, right? So there you go, floating values, right? Sorry, it returns, it should return. So this is how we get the data type. So these are the three operations: dimensioning, finding the dimension, finding the byte size, and finding the data type. Now, what if we want to know the shape and size of our matrix? For that, it's simple. We need to write it just return the shape of the array. There you go, 2 comma 3. The size of this matrix. So taking a bit longer time. All right, 6. This is the size of the array, right? So that is how you find the shape and size of our array. Now let's just look at some interesting options we can find in NumPy. Well, we will be looking on to find the range between two numbers. What are the numbers contained between any two whole numbers, right? So for that, we will be using import NumPy inline space. So this function is for returning you the two numbers or numbers between any two values. For that, particularly return you the numbers lying between 1 and 3. So there you go. Now let's look at some other operations which we can perform in our matrix. Find the maximum, minimum, and sum as well of matrix. So how do you do that? Firstly, you need to import numpy as array, this time single dimensional array. This for the maximum value, print it like this. For minimum, you just write it a dot min. That is how simple Python is. For sum, we print it like this, and then you will get the maximum, minimum, and sum of these, right? So maximum is 3, obviously. Minimum is 1, and the sum is 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6. So yeah, that is correct. So that is how we find the maximum, minimum, and a sum of a matrix. Now we can also perform additional operations in matrix. For example, multiplying, subtracting, dividing, and what subtracting, right? Four basic operations which we perform. So uh, mathematical operations on matrix as well. Put numpy, right, and a equal to np dot. Now we can perform some operations in it, the four basic operations, which is like print a plus b, which will sum up the two matrix. Print a divided by b, which will divide it. So if you do the same thing in list, it will take a longer time because you use for loop for it. But using NumPy, you can just additionally perform this in really short time. So yeah, that is what you get: the sum, division, and other properties of matrix. Now, lastly, we will be doing off with finding the square root and standard deviation. Now, that is how we learn standard deviation. So we can also perform these operations in NumPy. So let's just see how does this work. So we can write and then just create a array. Now, what we can do is we can print dot square root standard deviation. So what do you understand by standard deviation is that it tells us that how much each element varies from its mean value. So let's just calculate it using Python. All right, there you go. Well, this is firstly the square root, right? 1 square root is 1, 4 is 2. The deviation of this particular matrix is 1.7. So that is how you get standard deviation and square root using NumPy. So we can also perform other advanced calculations using NumPy. So in further session, we'll be learning about SciPy and Matplotlib, as well as other libraries mentioned in this video. Thank you for watching.